How do you?
Scan it. Yeah.
Hey Kev, it's great to see you around the Rogue HQ here on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. Good to meet you.
I was just watching what you were doing here out on the balcony, and it just made me think about some of the troubles I have with my running. And I'm pretty well known around the running fraternity for nipple chafing, and it's been pretty bad for me over the years, where I've actually, lost a lot of blood and needed a couple of transfusions.
Right.
And I was noticing what you're doing, and I think this might help me tomorrow. Just talk me through what you're doing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, look, mate. As you know, I've only been running for the last couple of years, but I've been taping the nipples for over 10 years now. It probably started back in about 2003 at Swanbourne Hotel around the urinal. I remember meeting a guy called Travis.
Really?
Yeah, Trav was sort of talking to me about his history in distance running, and me being a non-runner at that time, and I had a few questions, and I said, look, Trav, I said, people have been talking about this tapering business, what's going on with the tapering. I said, Trav, and he said, look, mate, you've got to start tapering a few weeks out from the event. I said, oh, look, that's great, mate, and Trav, went on to talk about a few other things, but he soon after that passed out right at the trough. I think he had a bit too much to drink.
Yeah.
So really I was just left pondering what Trav was talking about, so I had to research it myself, and I probably have left my tapering a bit late, but I thought better to taper the day before the event. So, I thought, by tapering your nipples, it will just give your nipples every chance of getting through the full distance event. And me not running myself, but still I've got to be there standing and witnessing my friends run through the whole event. And that's not easy out there, just witnessing your mates, particularly in the humidity on the Gold Coast here. I mean, you're wearing cotton or polyester base tops and just standing there out in the heat, cheering this simple movement.
I can understand, mate. Yeah.
Your shirt's sort of rubbing up and down on the nipples. They do start to bleed, so I think it's probably just insurance.
Yeah. So, talk me about the actual application now, because you're a bit of a hairy guy.
Yep.
You don't get any waxing type of thing going on. You lose a bit of chest hair each time you do it.
Look, I prefer not to wax. I mean, a lot of people, I suppose part of their persona, they might have earrings. Dye their hair, tattoos, which I'm proudly doing a few of those, but I take great pride in my chest hair, and I'd sooner not shave it around or wax it or whatnot, but really it's just a case of separating the hair from the area.
Does it help to use a particular type of shampoo or conditioner?
Look, it can do, but really sometimes, unless you're organised, you're a bit hard pressed to get the particular one that you want. So it's not really an issue, as you know, with all the pool cleaning work I do and being in and out of chlorine and salt. The hair responds differently to the different water that you're in. So yeah, look, you have to be mindful of that.
Yeah. And going for the tape, because obviously I'm new to this tapering kind of business. Any particular type of tape you'd recommend? Oh, look, no, yet again, trial and error.
I've gone for an elastoplast. It's probably just a two-way stretch rather than a four-way stretch.
Oh, okay.
I think with the four-way stretch, it's probably a little bit too much to think about.
I suppose would it be more of an up and down movement rather than?
Well, absolutely. I mean, if it's this type of movement, where you're going up and across, you might go the four-way.
Yeah.
If you're just going up, it's a two-way. It's a two-way motion.
With running as well, just up and down.
Yeah, exactly right. It's a two-way motion.
So that two-way good for squatting.
Yep.
But not good for.
No, not good for. You don't need it. It's probably overkill.
Yeah.
But I do keep that in the bag on those occasions that I do need it.
Yeah. Oh. That's really interesting. Are there any other health benefits for taping?
Oh, look, mate, I think so. At the end of the day, you have people out there. I mean, as you know, they spend a whole lot of money on dental care. Which it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
People need to look after their teeth, but they probably neglect their nipples. At the end of the day, you've got a whole bunch of fucking teeth in your mouth, but you've only got two nipples.
It's true.
So if you lose a nipple...
Wise words, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you haven't heard of people, you can go and get false teeth. Can you get false nipples, Dave? I'm not sure. I've never heard of people getting false nipples.
What about people with piercings in the nipples? Wouldn't a particular type... They'd have to go for a softer adhesive?
Well, I met someone recently, that type of thing. They often come to me for advice on all types of things running, as you know. I mean, I've only been running a short while, but I'm not short on advice. So I said to him, look, have you tried an egg cup? I said, maybe taping an egg cup over the top of the nipple. Sure, it might look a bit unsightly, But by taping it over the top, you know, you're not going to have anything rubbing against it directly, and you're going to protect the exposed area.
Brilliant advice, mate. Brilliant advice. I'm so glad that I've seen you doing this tonight, because you've obviously got years of experience in this, and I'm new to this game.
Yep.
I really don't want to lose another nipple.
No, anytime, mate. As I said, I'll be around the race precinct tomorrow. So the guys from Rock Tape will be down there taping legs. I'll be down there taping nipples for people. So I've got
another Kev's community service.
Yeah, another Kev's community service. I'll have a stall down there, Kev's nipple taping. So if you see that, I'll have bright lights down there. I've got my own generator down there because they don't have extension cords and they don't have access to power. So Kev's nipple taping. You know, if you see me down there.
Is it just a male thing, or do you do women's?
Oh, look, I'll do anyone. You know, there are people out there who might not be running, they might be spectating as well tomorrow, who just
because they aren't waving.
Absolutely, you know, and a lot of people are unawares, so there's a lot of people down there supporting for the first time. So yeah, you've got to look out for them. I mean, as you know, the running community, we look out for one another.
Just a last note though, I'm just thinking ahead for the winter, because we're still in winter in Perth. What about when it's raining? Do you double tape?
Oh look, you know, people have.
Or if it's extra cold?
Yeah, look, you can do. As you know, you get a bit proud when it's cold. So on those proud days, you know, you probably, I mean, I have known of people who might apply cotton wool underneath and whatnot as well, just to keep the nipples warm, you know.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Look after this, a bit like an oak boot for the nipples.
Yeah.
So you're putting the tape over the cotton wool, keeping it nice and warm, and you know, the nipples are happy.
That's amazing, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, as ever, about you, excellent, you're a legend.
Yep, thanks Jason.
And another member of the community helped.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Kev.
Yeah.